Tiger fans, I don't really know what to call this video, so let's just run with Taj Hotton watch. Now, it's no secret I'm super excited about this kid, and he hasn't even played a game yet, but he oozes a tremendous amount of talent, and I just thought it was worthwhile making a cheeky little quick video, because I was just flicking through Punt Road End, and I was actually sent this training report by quite a lot of people, to be honest, because they were very excited. But Caesar dropped a mini training report on Punt Road End, he does God's work. He's an absolute legend, Caesar. But one of his notes on the training report was that Taj Hotton has ditched the non-contact training hat, which we did hear Serpil talk about was going to be happening soon, which he got a loud cheer for, as he brought down Toby Nankervis in a tackle. Just let that sink in very quickly. Nankervis, our big brutalising ruckman captain, was brought down in a tackle by a young kid who's coming back from an ACL, just removed the non-contact cap and has gone after the biggest bloke on our side to make his stance. He's just a ripper kid, and you can see the genuine excitement in which Uze speaks about him and talking about him in press conferences. And I think I've mentioned it before, but it even seems like Uze doesn't think that Taj Hotton's going to play much VFL, because he's potentially going to line up there and smash it, as is the talent on the kid. And, you know, more and more things start to come out about Taj as the weeks go on. And one of them being that Scott Pendlebury was actually his coach at Haileybury for a couple of years in school footy. And even Pendle said that if it hadn't been for Taj going down with the knee, that even he thinks he would have been a genuine number one pick. Sam Lawler, which we've mentioned before as well, even he said that Taj would have been a number one pick had he not gone down with the knee. So he's just got glowing endorsements from a lot of different people, and it's so hard not to get excited about this kid. And you don't want to put him under pressure before he's played a game. So I'm really trying not to do that, but I'm also allowing myself to be excited about what could be with him, because he is a genuine talent. The player that he reminds me of, and I think he's going to be a bit of a blend between Shane Edwards and Shea Bolton, which is a pretty tantalising prospect. I think he's going to have the footy IQ of a Shane Edwards in terms of like those smart, creative releasing handballs or kicks, the weaving in and out of traffic. But I think he's going to have the offensive flair, but with a bit more polish than Shea Bolton. And I know that's a really big call to make. I get the magnitude of it, but I'm seriously impressed with how this kid has looked throughout the junior ranks, and his highlights video, which maybe I'll do another highlights video of him. I'll repost the one I did during the draft. But super talented footballer, and the fact he's got the no contact hat on, he might only be 2 or 3 or maybe 3 or 4 weeks away from resuming VFL, which is really exciting. And I think that game, whenever it happens, will draw a very big crowd, and we'll have to make sure that we're doing a live stream of that one, because it's going to be super exciting. And you know what? It just goes to show that in this back half of the year, we're going to be adding so many more strings to our bow. We're going to have Juddy Clarks bashing down the door to come back in. McKelty Lafau's bashing down the door to come back in. He might even be in this week, potentially. You got Tyler Young, who's just had his first game back. Dion Presti's come back and is probably in this week. Smiley's still yet to play an AFL game, and he's doing almost a mini pre-season again to get right. And you got Taj Hotton, who's about to come back in. Josh Gibkiss is the next one off the list. Like, we've still got 8 or so players that we still may yet see roll through the AFL side. And that's not even mentioning Jasper Alger, who's bashing down the door for a debut as well. It's just a really exciting time to see these young kids come through, especially in a year that's not really results driven. It's more about process. If we get the results along the way, great. But I still think we're only at round 12 now. I think there's still some pretty fun and exciting times yet to come for the rest of the season. We're actually starting to piece together a bit more of an experienced looking lineup, which I think will hold us in good stead. I mean, as much as I love to see Jonty Fall and Tom Sims out there doing their thing, I really do think for the betterment of our side and to maybe convert some of those close games into potential wins, I think we do need to have 2 experienced forwards, example, Lynch and Lafau, and then the third key forward or the third tall forward to be your Sims, your Jonty Falls, Harry Armstrong, someone like that. So while it may mean that we won't have 2 or 3 young forwards in at the same time from an experience perspective, they're still going to get that experience in games at VFL level. But I think from a structure and the way we play standpoint, I think having those experienced guys and 1 young player is the way forward. It means they get the third defender as well, which is going to be such a lighter load on them to have to carry. because there's been weeks where we're relying on Jonty Fall and Tom Sims and Harry Armstrong. They've been on the first, second defenders some weeks, which is a massive, massive task for them. And they've done such an admirable job, it must be said. But I think it's actually really good timing for McKelty Lafau to be on the verge of coming back in. And again, there's just plenty more talent to come back through. But just wanted to give a sneaky Taj Hotton update because, geez, that kid's exciting. And I can't wait to see him out there. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you a Taj Hotton fan? You can't not be a Taj Hotton fan, let's be honest. But show him some love in the comments, and I'll see you for the next one. Go Tigers.